Hello students, welcome. Let's start our class with a poetry. Poetry is the spontaneous, overflow of powerful feelings recollected in tranquility. So, in today's class, we are going to learn one poem by Cummings, one very uh, unconventional use of capitalization, especially in Cummings' poem. We have found very uh, no use of capital letters and proper punctuation. We find in his poetry by Cummings. The title of the poem is Who Are You Little I? Who Are You Little I? The title itself shows a very uh, various question here. Who are you little I? So this poem is based on the poet's childhood experience in connection with the nature. So here, who are you little I? There is a question, who are you little I? So here, little I is the speaker, A. Cummings, who goes his bygone days in his childhood days which connected with the nature. So in the poem, he Cummings, the speaker, he stands himself as a true worshipper of nature. In the poem, he shows his deep respect towards the nature. So dear students, let's discuss on this poem, Who Are You Little I? Well, students, here, Who Are You Little I? This poem is composed by E. Cummings. So here, before starting a poem, here is a before reading activity. Let some questions are put forward here in before reading activity. Answer this question. Have you ever looked out through a window and taken pleasure in what you saw? If so, what did you look at? Generally, we look through the window. So when it's a raining time, when there is a rainbow in the sky, we look through the window and try to get pleasure. You know how the rainbow is there and how the different colors are just combining there in the rainbow. So we get pleasure as well by observing the rainbow as well. I often regarding regarding to me. So I often just observe the rainbow when it was raining there, when there is a rainbow uh, on the sky there. So I generally look through the window there. In the same way, in the next question, which beautiful scenes do you think uh, would make you want to look out through the window? Generally, when we get some very unusual things, such like rainbow, deer, rainbow, we while observing the nature. So when we see rainbow, we look through the window and we uh, try to uh, try to get pleasure, try to get fun while looking through the rainbow there. So, in the next question, do you write for pronoun I capital or small in writing? Generally, we write capital I while writing. While writing. So, uh, before going through the poem, there is a short biography of the poet by E. Cummings here. So, the full form of E is Edward Estlin Cummings, who was born in 1894 and he was died in 1962. He often styled as E. Cummings. He was a famous American poet, painter, essayist, novelist, and playwright. He wrote approximately 2,900 poems, two autobiographical novels, four plays, and several essays, as well as numerous drawings and paintings by Cummings. He developed the style of poetry writing for which he became renowned, with its unconventional use of capitalization, punctuation, spacing, and structure. He is regarded as an eminent voice of 20th century English literature. So, very famous poet, American famous poet, E. Cummings. So in the poem, in Cummings' poem, Who Are You Little I, describes a child looking out a window at the end of the day. It is about nature and the effect it has on the speaker. The speaker of the poem is the person voicing the words, recalling a childhood moment closely connected with nature. Perhaps the speaker is Cummings here. Perhaps the speaker here is the poet is the speaker. So in the poem, Who Are You Little I? Here, Who Are You Little I? The question is here, Who are you little I? Here, little I is the speaker who uh, When the speaker was a little person, when his speaker was a young person, the speaker here he returned back to his childhood when there was the time of sunset in the month of November. The poet was looking through the window and he was getting too much fun and he was getting too much pleasure watching the sunset. That means he saw his respect towards the nature. So here, uh, while he describing his childhood, the poet connected his childhood life with the nature here in the poem. So, dear students, let's go through the poem. The poem starts in this way. Who are you, little I? 5 or 6 years old. Here little I is just 5 or 6 years old when it, the poet's childhood year. When the poet was just 5 or 6 years old, he was peering from a high window. So peering from some high window, peering means looking from high window at the goal of November sunset. At the goal of November sunset means the sun was going to set here in the month of November. So the speaker was sitting uh, on the window, on the some of the high window, and he peering through the sun here and feeling that if the day has to become night, if the day has to become night, this is a beautiful way. So here the poet is observing the sunset of November. The sun is going to be set here. So that means the day is turning to night here. So here the day signifies the life here, life which gets lots of fun, and night might be the death here. So here, day and night, that is the natural phenomenon. So here, the poet wants to show his deep regard towards the nature. So in while describing his childhood experience, E. Cummings he shows his deep respect, devotion, and deep regard towards the nature. So nature has a vast treasure. Nature always gives us uh, uh, memory, and nature gives us lots of fun and pleasure in our life. So nature is a valuable or precious things for human every humankind here. So in the poem, the poet he is addressing his childhood which is connected with the nature in the poem. So here, who are you, little I? Here little I is the speaker, and little I is when the poet was a small boy, perhaps 5 or 6 year old, who was sitting on some of the high window and he was looking to the sun there, and the sun was going to set. It was in the month of November and it was sunset time, and the day was going to turn into night here. So here day and night, that is natural aspect. So, after analyzing the poet's view here in these 8 lines, we get to know that the poet stands himself as a true worshipper of nature. So, how how he feels to observe the nature. So we find his ideas and emotions and his feelings through this poem. Who are you, little I? Well, dear students, who are you, little I by A. Cummings here. Well, students, we will describe the poem in a paraphrase as well here. That is, who are you, little I? This poem. Let's analyze the poem in our own perspective. Let's go through the summary of this poem, Who Are You, Little I? This Who Are You, Little I is a poem composed by E. Cummings, was born in 1894, and he was died in 1962. He was a famous American poet, painter, essayist, and novelist. So here, Who Are Little I is a short, elegant poem composed by E. Cummings. Was a famous American poet, painter, essayist, novelist, and playwright. He developed the style of poetry writing for which he became renowned with its unconventional use of capitalization, punctuation, spacing, and structure. He is regarded as an eminent voice of the 20th century English literature. Cummings' poem "Who Are Little I" describes a child looking out a window at the end of the day. It is about nature and the effect it has on the speaker. I think the speaker is Cummings, who has presented himself as a little boy through recalling his childhood experience connected with nature. So here the little boy or I is an outcome of the speaker's memory of his childhood experience. The poem shows the speaker's deep devotion and respect towards the nature, and he enjoys the scenic beauty of the golden sunset through his childhood eyes. He seems longing for his childhood days. According to the poem, the speaker inquires about a little I of perhaps 5 or 6 years old, who is peering the beautiful and golden sunset of November from some high window and pondering about the wonderful transformation of day into night in a very beautiful way. In the poem, the speaker has described a little boy, his act and his feeling related to the beauty and wonderful transition of nature. The poem is quite short, which includes only 8 lines. In the first 2 lines, the speaker is addressing himself with a little I and has presented himself as a boy recalling his childhood days in connection with nature. So here, I refers to the speaker as a small boy as well as being in this beautiful and vast nature. So in the next third, fourth, and fifth line, the little eye is peering the golden sunset of November from some high window. Here, the little eye is enjoying the beautiful golden sunset. It seems quite fascinated by the wonderful sight of sunset. In the last 3 lines, the boy enjoys the beauty of nature a lot. He feels about the wonderful transformation of day into night in a very beautiful way. He gets closely connected with nature to see the beautiful way of turning golden colors of the sunset of November into black colors of the night time. This is the miracle of great nature. Nature and its effect always have a vital role in everyone's life. Nature provides us with ecstasy and inspiration. Nature always creates a sense of deep feelings of intimacy within humans. Here the speaker shows his deep, deep respect, intimacy towards nature. Well, students, here some question based on this poem. Here, understanding the text, answer the following question. Let's go to discuss here. Who can be the speaker of this poem? Certainly, obviously, the speaker E. Cummings can be the speaker of this poem. What is Little Eye doing? Little Eye is just sitting near to the window, some high window, and he is peering, looking the golden sunset of uh, November month. What can be the relationship between Little Eye and the speaker of the poem? So here, Little Eye and the speaker relation, it shows that the speaker has presented himself as a little eye in his childhood that is connected with the nature. So here the speaker and little eye they have a deep relationship. The speaker he has presented himself as a little eye here. So what is the speaker remembering from his childhood days in the poem? So in the poem here, the speaker he is remembering that when he was a child, perhaps 5 or 6 years, he was sitting near the window and just peering to the golden sun. That means the poet he remember his childhood days in which time he used to enjoy by looking to the sun and he uh, shows his deep respect for the nature. He has a great devotion and he has a great enthusiasm to observe the nature. It shows that. What attitude does the speaker seems to have towards the child in the poem? So his attitude is towards the nature. Is here the first attitude is a deep respect towards the nature. So in the poem, the speaker he says that the little boy, as a child in his childhood, he was sitting near to the window and peering to the golden sunset of November and turning that how the day is turning into the night here in a beautiful way there. So here the speaker seems to have in the child is innocent here, but the child has great curiosity towards the nature. So he is observing the golden sun and he is observing that how the day is turning into night, how the day has uh, gone and the night is coming here. So beautiful scenario of nature is presented here. Uh, so in the next question, reference to the context, why do you think Cummings has placed a semicolon between the words window and it might be that uh, here the boy is sitting inside and he is looking outside. It shows that here the boy is sitting inside and he is looking outside. It shows two location here. One is sitting inside and he is looking outside there. So here inside and outside of the window, inside of the window and outside the window, it indicates the two location. Okay. So uh, that is the thing. So if the speaker is the child grown up, why does he ask, "Who are you?" Uh, yes, the speaker is silent grown up. Why he is asking that? Uh, he is remembering his childhood days. He is remembering childhood days and he is questioning himself, "Who are you, little I?" Uh, that means he wants to uh, remember his childhood days. He wants to remember his childhood activities and he wants to show himself as a deep respect, as a good worshipper of nature in the poem. Let's say that. So here in cinema, in this poem, an adult reflects on the childhood experience based on that. What might be the theme of the line I am feeling, and that if day has to become night, this is a beautiful way. I think I might have presented this in the summary there. You can go through the summary. So in question number D, uh, what is the rhyme scheme used in the poem? Here, the rhyme scheme uh, is used in the poem is AB, AB, and CD, CD. You know, the poem consists of 8 lines. So the rhyme scheme of this poem is AB, AB, CD, CD. That is the rhyme scheme of this poem. Uh, well, students, today in today's class we discuss about one very interesting poem, "Who Are You, Little I" by Cummings. Uh, if you have any confusion about this poem, uh, please don't forget to comment me. Hope to meet you in the next class. See you.